We're Robin and Steve. We left Tassie in February, and now, in May, we've made it to the Kimberley. And last time we left off here, in Glycosmis Bay. It was hard work getting here, but even our first anchorage made the Kimberley worth the trouble. And it continues to impress, even if to swim safely you have to climb straight up, because saltwater crocodiles live here in abundance. We rock scrambled past a few snake skins, slightly unsettling, and Steve got hit by a frog who was trying to escape from an owl. But we were at the top, where some ancient boab trees grow. It's dry season. It would be interesting to see them in wet season. Out of reach of crocodiles, we could swim in choices of pools. From up here, we saw two huge saltwater crocodiles basking in the sun, right at the foot of the waterfall. Seeing this was better than a "do not swim here" sign. Up here, the deeper billabongs were probably okay to swim in, but we chose shallower pools, where this was the biggest kind of reptile we'd find. Then we just had the little matter of getting back down. You've got to put the work in to bathe here. And we're glad we did. We left these crocodiles behind. We had 76 nautical miles to reach Freshwater Bay, stopping here at Jims Bay on the way. As always, the currents were wild, either hugely helpful or not. We approached Middle Rock at snail's pace, but once past that, we could speed up again and enjoy a beautiful spinnaker run into Freshwater Bay. Our new routine involved getting to the base of the waterfall before high tide, then returning to the dinghy at the same point of tide after our bath. And with this method, we never got caught out, with a dinghy out of reach. There's no exact signpost as to where the saltwater crocodiles reach, so we just go up and up and up. In this place, our stopping point was where a huge water python was resting in the sun in the shallows, with a telltale lump showing that it's probably eaten something quite big quite recently. There were birds and little frogs, and a free-diving praying mantis, who climbed up this cliff face only to let itself get washed down the waterfall, where it dove underwater and fed itself again and again. Here I am practicing the international distress signal, upside down, because I am the opposite of distressed. Next we were off to the Osborne Island group, where we were to see the apartments, a title that baffled us, but made sense in time. We hooned along at 9 knots with the help of current, and some decent winds, allowing a nice lazy sail with Genoa alone. We had to be careful at scurvy prevention time, as our boat was heeled over and tipping around. We're in pearl farming country now, which means we have to skirt around the edges of huge farming areas. It's not a bad office for someone. We're here to see the rock paintings. We're super lucky to visit this area and see these paintings, but I'm not well placed to explain much about them. There are over 100,000 rock art sites within Australia, with the oldest in situ painting dated at 17,300 years old. But many haven't been dated, and many have faded. And given that people have lived here for over 65,000 years, some paintings will have just faded away. We'd have learnt far more with an Aboriginal guide, but we know we can't really understand what's just a tiny part of a collective and evolving knowledge, developed over tens of thousands of years, and including song, dance, storytelling, painting, rituals, and more. From this art, we can get a sense of time and rich cultures changing throughout time. The day had left us a bit battered and scratched, and we had yet to cross Snake Marsh. There's no track, we just had GPS coordinates. instead of dwelling on the name of this marsh, we took deep breaths as this grass smelt incredible. We had another waterfall mission where we could wash our cuts and scratches. Next we wove around pearl farms and the different Osborne Islands towards Mannagingi Island. We tried to treat ourselves to some oats, only to discover that there were more weevils than oats. Tragedy. This was the last mandarin. And although we had some vegetables, this was the last broccoli. So many emotions. Luckily, we timed the current beautifully as we rounded the notorious Cape Voltaire. We had no expectations and little information on our next anchorage. We now know that up here, it can be one of the prettiest places in the world, and yet have barely any information in the anchor notes. The Kimberley is so vast and so stunning that the hardest task for us was choosing what to see in the time we have here before cyclones return. We'll leave you flying above Mannagingi Island.